You may choose any word processing or desktop publishing program to create your feature article in. Because most of us tend not to have Microsoft Publisher and tend to either use Microsoft Word or Google Docs, I'm going to focus on those two programs and how you can add in your text elements like pictures and charts along with captions and format that properly. So right now I'm going to start Microsoft Word. I want to put in a picture. So I'll show you the problem that happens if we use the traditional method of adding in a picture, where you go to the Insert ribbon, choose Picture, and navigate to your picture. You put your picture in just fine. I can even right-click on my picture and choose to wrap the text in the square option to have it wrapped nicely around the text like it does in a magazine, but I have a really hard time getting beneath my picture to add in a caption without messing up the text of my article. So that traditional method of putting in a picture or a chart or a table is not going to work. So let me delete that and I'll show you the workaround you'll need to use. Instead, go back to your Insert ribbon and choose Text Box. Just choose a simple text box and don't worry about its placement right away. But delete the text that came with it, and now once you're inside your text box, again go back to Insert and put in your picture. And now that you're inside the text box, you can put your cursor beneath it, beneath the picture, and add in a caption. Now I'm going to drag this text box over to the right where approximately I'd like it to be. And if I right-click on an element inside the text box, you'll see that the wrap text option is not available. But if I make sure I have selected the outside edge of the text box and right-click then, you'll see my wrap text square option becomes available, and my picture is now in line with the text wrapping around it, which looks great. I don't like the border around this. I don't like this black line. So again, I'll select the edge of this text box, go up to the Drawing Tools menu that appears, go to Shape Outline and choose No Outline. Another option that you have in Microsoft Word is deciding if you'd like to use columns to format your article. If you go up to the Page Layout ribbon, choose Columns, you can change your paper from one column to two. You can see it definitely loses a lot of space to the margins that are added between the columns, and you get some of these funny single line text elements here because there's just not enough room. So you'll need to fiddle around with the size of the picture to try and make this look not quite so awkward, or actually just make it bigger so that it fills the entire column. So that's something that you can tweak and adjust if you decide to go with two columns. One thing you'll definitely need to do is to use a header so that your title goes across the entire top of the article, both columns, instead of just at the top of one. So I'm going to highlight my title, choose Cut, and now I need to insert a header to get it to go all the way across both of these columns. So I'll just go to my Insert menu, choose Header. I'm going to choose a blank simple header, and I will paste in the title of my article. You can use the Home ribbon to center it and format it just like I like. And when I'm finished, I just select Close Header and Footer. So there is one option for Microsoft Word if you are really set on using columns. If you don't like columns, just go back to Page Layout, change your columns back to one. Now let's switch over to Google Docs to see how we format in Google Docs. Google Docs does not have an option to format your paper with columns, so we'll just be focusing on how to add in your pictures with captions. I'm just going to put my cursor approximately where I'd like my picture to come in. And again, I can't just use my Insert Image path like I'm used to for putting pictures into Google Docs. I need to instead go into my Insert menu and choose Drawing. This gives me a canvas sort of similar to a text box, but I have some various tools I can use in this box. So the first thing I'm going to do is add in my image. Shrink that down a bit. And then I'm going to use the text box tool to draw an area where I can type my caption. Center that. Once you have your graphic, your chart, your picture, whatever you like, and your caption, simply choose Save and Close. Google will put that into your document. It's basically its own image. The caption is attached. And you can drag and drop this anywhere you like in your article. So I'm going to drag mine up to the second paragraph here and release. You'll see the text is not wrapping around the picture like it did in Microsoft Word, but I can change that if I choose the Fixed Position option that appears beneath my image. And now the text is wrapping around my picture and its caption. So whether you choose to use Microsoft Word or Google Docs, you can add in your text features using these tools to make sure everything has a caption. If you have any other formatting questions for your feature articles, please let me know.